I'll come back once again, and today I will tell you about the order of operations in Java. It's very important, and you already know it because you have used it in maths. You all are familiar with Bodmer's rule, like how do we basically solve an expression. If an expression has, let's say, brackets and power and division and multiplication, so which one is going to be basically worked upon first? So here, if you look at it, the b, that is brackets first, and then comes the power or under root, whatever is there, then division and multiplication, it depends whichever precedence is high, so as for addition and subtraction. So that's the order of precedence. And right hand side, if you see, I have put a chart there. This chart is also very important. This is also like in what is going to be open first and what is going to be open, but associativity is also very important. That is, whether it is going to work left to right or right to left is very important. Okay, so if you have, all these operators in an expression, so which is going to be worked upon first? If you see, the precedence of brackets again is like Bodmer's rule, then plus plus minus minus, and all those unary operators come. Then comes multiplication, division, modulus, addition, subtraction. So if you see multiplication, division and modulus, they left to right, left to right, and I've given you some examples here. Okay, so like the first one, if you see, 1 plus 2 into 5. So as per the rule, multiplication is going to be performed first. So 5 into 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Then let's come to the second one. The second one is 2 into 10 plus 2 into 5. So multiplication first. So this one is first, that is 10 into 2 is 20, plus 5 into 2 is 10. So what is the answer? 30. Let's look at the next one then. It's a little tricky. There are brackets there. Into 10 plus 2 into 5. Now what is going to happen first is, since the brackets are there, it is going to work upon the brackets first, right? So 10 plus 2 is 12, right? And then 12, then multiplication. 12 into 2 is 24, into 5 is 120. So that's how it actually works. So brackets first, we open the brackets. 10 plus 2 is 12, into 2, multiplication is 24, 24 into 5 is 120. So that's how it actually works. So this is the order of precedence in Java. Before I close, I would like to uh, show you something else also that we did, because this, I told you before that the plus operator is a special operator. It does two things: it adds and it also concatenates. What is concatenation? Joining or addition of two or more strings. Addition of two strings. It's like, I can say, well, concatenation comes a little later, but I will display you something so that you understand what I'm trying to say, and that is very important. So we mostly write it, so it's better that I make it to you clear. Like when I write system dot out dot println, this is an output statement. I say the sum is, and then I write here, and plus any value, let's say C. So what does it do? It prints the sum is, and then the value of C. If the value of C is 5, it will print 5. Okay, So what happens if I write, I'll write in short system.out.println the sum is 5 plus 5. So what will it output? Will it output the sum is 10? No, it won't. Why? Because there is a string here, and whatever follows the string, Java assumes it to be a string and it concatenates it. So the output is going to be the sum is 5, 5. So it's going to concatenate it rather than adding it. I hope it is clear, because this is a string, the sum is a string. So what follows this string is Java assumes it to be a string. So rather than adding it, it basically concatenates it. Okay. So if we have to add it, so we have to make a change here. What? We have to put a bracket there. So now what happens is the output is going to be the sum is 10. Why? Because there is a bracket here, and when we work on bracket, when bracket opens, it assumes it to be a mathematical expression, so it adds it. Okay, now the sum is 10, so that you have to keep in mind. But before I close, I would like to ask you one more thing. What happens now if I say 5 plus 5 plus, and I write the sum? What will it do now? Well, since in the beginning there are numbers, it will assume it to be an addition. So what is it going to print? It's going to print 10, and then it is going to print the sum. So you have to be very careful with it. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. And in the next lesson, I will talk about plus plus and minus minus operators.